Welcome to Marketing Masterclass. Today we are covering Overworld, an incredible new intellectual property that is anime inspired, looks absolutely gorgeous from the animations they've shown, has been wildly successful at raising money in the Web3 space. They're amazing at it. 15 million bucks from Binance. They've sold tons of NFTs worth thousands of dollars a pop, tens of thousands of followers. The hype is incredibly real. Great job to this team for marketing in the Web3 space. But in Marketing Masterclass, we're here to help you achieve your larger goal, your larger vision, and marketing is so incredibly important for that. I've been marketing video games in the Web 2 space for the last 15 years, now in the Web 3 space for the past 3 years, and you need ice-cold killer messaging. You need a great lead acquisition strategy, and you need awesome originals to do that. And that's why Ethlizards, who powers this series, flagged Overworld to me, so I can bring some of that tried and true marketing knowledge to Overworld to help it become, well, we don't know exactly what it wants to become. They're saying they want to be a 3D multiplayer RPG with incredibly immersive and expansive Web3 elements. I don't know, man. For the rest of this video, I'll call it an MMORPG. Is it an ARPG with MMO elements? God only knows. That's part of the issue. We need better messaging. Let's get into it with the intention of helping Overworld become a new smash hit IP. The greatest strength of Overworld is that its intellectual property is inspiring and has already taken hold on the market. Like the animation I'm showing on the screen right now, it's already inspired tens of thousands of followers and thousands of people to invest quite a bit of money in the promise of this new IP. Obviously, anime culture has taken hold of the entire world, and the biggest intellectual properties in the world are anime properties. So they're in the right place at the right time with a property that has broken through a very crowded anime market. The greatest weakness of Overworld is its generic, hard-to-find, and inconsistent messaging. You go to the website, for example, it says "Forge your destiny" and has literally no information. If you go to their whitelist page, it tells you to become worthy, an entirely different tagline with no information. You then can dig into their Git book and then dig into some deep pages here in this wiki and try to find some stuff out. If you want to attract enough players to be an MMORPG, it needs to be easy to find, easy to understand, and consistent. The greatest challenge that Overworld faces is how financialized it is. If you want to be a big MMORPG with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of gamers, it needs to appear to look like a video game. And if you go to the Twitter feed, for example, of Overworld, it's finance post after finance post about whitelists, about tokens, about how if you invest money now, you could potentially appreciate in value. You see stuff about alpha, you see lots of degen and crypto language, but nothing about the intellectual property or gaming. Occasionally, there's a video like this that shows some of that inspiring lore, but it's buried behind a plethora of financial tweets. Let's start with the messaging. If you go to their website or any of their destinations, you can't find any information at all. I had to dig for hours and get the assistance of AI like ChatGPT to understand the very basics about what Overworld even is. There's no single location you can go to understand what this game is. However, you can piece it together sort of from this whitelist page a little bit, from their about section a bit. You can go to the developer website and see some detail about the game, but you still don't know what's going on. After doing much more deeper research, you would have no idea that players can own and level up their own personalized NFT-based RPG characters that have various items and cosmetics that enhance their abilities and appearance. It offers numerous quests and missions with in-game rewards. It has PvE and PvP. Players can hire heroes or summon gods for battle, maybe even engage in tactical combat that requires strategic thinking. Where's that at? It's nowhere. It's extremely hard to find, and this is something that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. Let's talk central messaging and tagline, which are critical for any major intellectual property to gain hold of the market. For example, Pokemon's is "gotta catch 'em all." It's really clear what that means. You're on a mission to collect all of their characters, and you're driven to progress forward in your adventure. "Forge your destiny" is the tagline on the main website, which, without any context here, is meaningless and generic. If you go to their whitelist page, it says "become worthy." What does that even mean? How come it's different than the tagline here? Now, I understand after doing deeper research, "Forge Your Destiny" may be the tagline for the game universe itself and game experience itself, and "Become Worthy" is a tagline for those that are going to invest financially in the project and kind of have a worthy status, but I wouldn't be able to tell at a glance, having not done a lot of research. Taglines and central messaging should be obvious immediately within a few seconds of seeing them. Who is the villain of their story? What is the value you get as a gamer when you connect the "Forge Your Destiny" concept to the gameplay itself? What is the value you get as an investor if you become worthy? What is it that helps you achieve this worthiness? Who were you before you invested, and who will you become afterwards? I guess I was not worthy and now I am worthy? It's unclear, and the central messaging needs to be cleaned up and expressed in a more clear and succinct way for it to take hold in the market. The Overworld marketing team, to their credit, is very good at viral sharing within the Web3 crypto gaming space. For example, the Sesame Labs XYZ campaign they've been doing incentivizes users to connect their Discord or wallet and to like, retweet, and comment on tweets. It's primarily an X-based strategy that's caused lots of viral sharing on that platform for the financialized aspects of their project. This has been doing quite well within that community, the crypto degen community, but is obviously doing nothing to reach gamers. Whitelist collabs are a classic in the crypto gaming space to share the very limited set of users that exist in crypto gaming with each other. The example on the screen is a collaboration with Skyborn Legacy, where they're sharing whitelist spots with the other community. This does a fantastic job at sharing kind of crypto gaming investors or token investors or altcoin investors, or sharing people that like to buy NFTs and flip them for cash later. It's been working out quite well, and this is a strategy that can help them while they're in this sort of financialized state of the project. However, in the future, if they want to attract any gamers at all, they cannot have this frequency and this saturation of financialized marketing. If you look at the feed, it's mostly financial, with the occasional post about lore here and there. The general strategy you want to use in your feed is the classic Gary Vaynerchuk or Gary V jab, jab, punch. What does that mean? You jab with original content that's not selling anything. You jab again with original content that's not selling anything. And then you punch with something that's selling something. Instead, it's punch, 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 punch. This is causing their feed to be oversaturated with financial sales, and selling is maybe working right now, but it is decreasing the allure of the IP in the long run. And so they need to be careful not to wear out the interest in the brand today and have it be too financialized, given that the biggest strength of this IP is the lore and the anime world that they're building. The lore of Overworld is its greatest strength, as I've said many times. However, these fabulous lore animated features are buried in a sea of financial posts on Twitter. You can't find them on the website, you can't find them in a blog, you can't find them on YouTube or any other repeatable platforms where folks can search and find more information about your gaming universe. These need to be housed in a place that people that are discovering you for the first time, those new leads, can see the lore first and get hooked on the lore. Then you can sell them on financial things or sell them on in-game things at a later time. The Twitter Spaces cross-promotional strategy for Overworld is working like gangbusters. By bringing in other games like Play Ember or any number of other games, you can cross-pollinate at least the very limited number of gamers that are in this space, the thousands, and certainly you can capture those NFT investors and crypto investors. This strategy is great. This needs to keep going at least once per week. The low-hanging fruit here for the Overworld team is to increase the production of lore content, to clip this lore content and repost on all socials, to feature this all-star lore content on the website, and create a pipeline of image content to release and package together as videos. Remember, jab, jab, punch in your feeds, not sales, 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 and then bury one of these killer lore videos under 20 tweets about freaking whitelists. More lore posts, and you can even reuse the existing content you already have to great effect to get people sucked in on this new game universe. Here's my final thought. Overworld has a major challenge coming up in terms of financialized content versus gamer-centric content. What you see on the screen right now is focused on wallets, whitelists, investing money, and then potentially getting value down the road as a gamer. There's a fork in the road here, and this is a marketing solve that needs to happen for this brand as soon as possible. There needs to be one pipeline that leads to the become worthy type of content that leads to the investor side of things, that is separate from another content pipeline that goes directly to the website and focuses primarily on lore and the game universe. I think what should be front and center here should be the game universe, should be the IP, should be this Forge Your Destiny messaging. Then, a side quest for this project should be the become worthy financialized aspect, with the financialized aspect being front and center today and the gaming aspect coming, I don't know, who knows when. They're running up a major issue when they start trying to appeal to mainstream gamers. They will not be prepared from a messaging standpoint, their destinations will not be ready in time, and they won't have created the proper funnels to funnel gamers into this game universe, and instead they're gonna see yet another NFT or crypto scam, whatever they assume it to be. Don't let that happen and get ahead of that messaging issue that's coming down the pipe over the next few years. Overworld, I am rooting for you. The community is rooting for you as well. This is one of the most hyped projects in this space, and I want to thank Ethlizards for throwing your name my direction to do a analysis here in Marketing Masterclass. We want to see Overworld succeed. We want that big, audacious MMORPG to actually happen here in Web3. And if you're interested in speaking with us here at Not Corrupt Media, I'm the CEO, by the way, you can go to notcorrupt.media and speak with our team about potentially boosting your brand and boosting your marketing today.